This is a search data sheet which I have created in Excel. Before creating the new format, let's see how it works. On the top, we have got our search bar, and in the search bar, either we can type the full name or part of the full name. I'm going to search my data category wise. Currently, we can see the category as technology. If I'll put another category over here, if I'll put FUR, enter, now we can see the data of furniture. If I'll do OFF, enter, now we can see the data of office supplies. In case you don't want to search your data category wise and you want to search your data customer wise or state wise or product name wise, formulas will be same, only the cell reference will change. There will be total 2 sheets in this format. First will be our search data sheet and second will be our data sheet. This is my data sheet where I have got my data from January to December. Let's come down, and in my data I have got more than 900 rows. Let's go on top. Let's go back to our search data sheet and let's start creating a new format now. I have opened a new workbook where I have got my data. Our data is from order date till profit. Let's come to left hand side. Let's come to sheet's name. I have given the sheet's name as data. The very first thing what we have to do, we have to insert a new column over here. So I have clicked on column A, will right click the mouse, insert. New column got inserted. I'll increase size of column B and will decrease size of column A. We'll click on first header and we'll drag this to left. And we'll rename the header as helper. Let's insert the formula plus or equal to. I'll click on very first category. In case you want to create the search bar as per state, you'll have to click on state. I'll hit enter and we can see first category over here. Let's increase the column size. Now we will have to modify the formula. So I'll double click. We'll put and COUNTIF bracket open range. In range, I'll click on first category. Our cell reference over here is G3. I'll press F4 or function F4 one time and my cell reference will be logged. Colon, will click on G3 once again, comma, will provide my category for the fourth time. Bracket close. So how this formula is going to work? COUNTIF will count how many times my categories are getting repeated. And the count will start from G3. That is our very first category. And it will count in the whole column. Now I'll hit enter and we can see office supplies as 1. I'll drag this down and we can see office supplies 1, office supplies 2, and when my office supplies will repeat again, we can see office supplies 3. If I'll come over here and we'll delete furniture and we'll put office supplies, enter, on the left hand side, now we can see office supplies 1, 2, 3 and so on. I'll click on helper, we'll press shift control down arrow key and we'll create borders. Now I'll click anywhere inside my data and we'll press Ctrl T. Small window will pop up, create table, my table has headers and I'll do OK. And my data got converted in a very beautiful table. In case you want to change the color of the table, it can be done from here. Let's change the color once again. Let's select this color. As soon as our data will be converted in a table, we will be able to see table tab on the top. Here we can see filter button and currently it's checked. I'll uncheck this. In table tab on the left hand side, we can see table 1 and this is name of the table. I'll delete table 1 from here and will rename my table as data. We'll hit enter. We'll click anywhere inside my table. Let's come to left hand side and let's go on top. So the work of this sheet is done now. I'll come to the bottom and will insert a new sheet. And this will be search data sheet. I have renamed the sheet. We'll take column A closer. We'll click on P6 and we'll go to my data sheet. We'll click on very first header. We'll press shift control right arrow key and all the headers will be selected. Now I'll press Ctrl C or Command C and we'll go to my search data sheet. We'll click on B6 and we'll paste over here. Control V or Command V. So I have got all my headers. In both the sheets, headers are same. Means in data sheet as well as search data sheet. In search data sheet, there's no need of helper, so I'll delete this. And we'll insert serial number instead of helper. Enter. We'll click on C2 and we'll select till end. And we'll merge the cells. We'll change the cell color over here and we'll change the font color. We'll change the font style. We'll do as Arial Black and we'll increase the font size. We'll give our format a name. We'll give as category wise data. We'll select row number 3. We'll press Ctrl or Command and we'll select row number 5 also. And we'll reduce the row size. We'll click on row number 4 and we'll increase the row size. We'll click on E4 and we'll select till H and we'll merge the cells. We'll drag this to right. We'll put some color over here. We'll put as yellow color. I'll put some text over here. FUR for furniture. Enter. We'll select the whole sheet and we'll align all the things in mid. We'll select row number 4 and we'll change the font style. We'll do as Arial Black. We'll increase the font size. Now I'll click just after FUR, that is furniture, and we'll insert the formula plus or equal to VLOOKUP. Bracket open, lookup value. Over here we will use the wildcard of VLOOKUP. Over here we will use the wildcard of VLOOKUP so that whenever part of lookup value will be provided, it will provide the full name. In the very beginning, I'll insert double inverted comma, star, double inverted comma, close. And I'll click over here where I have inserted part of my category. And we'll insert double inverted comma, star, double inverted comma, close. And now we have to provide table array. So table array is our data. And I have already named my data sheet as data. So I'll type data over here. D-A-T-A. Let's take this down and we can see structured reference as data, comma, column index number. Over here I'll count in which column I have got category. So serial number is 1, order date is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll insert 6 over here, comma, 0 for exact match. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. And we got furniture. If I'll put TEC, enter, we got technology. If I'll put OFF, enter, we got office supplies. I'll click on the category and we'll change the cell color as well as font color. We'll come in the very beginning and we'll click on top of serial number. We'll go to insert tab, illustrations, and I'll insert a shape over here. We'll click on top of serial number and my shape got inserted. We'll take this on top and we'll resize this as per my requirement. When I inserted the shape, we can see Shape Format tab on top. We'll come to left, Shape Fill. From here, I'll select a desired color and we'll remove the outline, means no outline. We'll double click. This will be Search Data. We'll click on the edge. We'll go to Home tab and we'll align all the things in mid and in center. We'll change the font style. We'll do as Arial Black and we'll increase the font size as per requirement. We'll go to Insert tab, Illustrations. Over here we get the option to insert icons. I'll click over here. On the right hand side, new window got popped up. I'll type search over here and we got many icons. I'll select a desired magnifying glass. We'll come down and we'll click on insert. And my icon got inserted. We'll press shift and we'll resize this. And we'll position this on top. When I inserted the icon, we can see graphics format on top. Graphics fill, I'll change the color. We'll do as white. We'll press Ctrl and we'll drag this to right. So the copy got created. We'll come to right hand side and we'll close this window. From here, I'll delete search data and we'll put category. We'll resize the shape and we'll position over here. We'll resize this little bit more. We'll reduce the font size. Now I'll come to left and we'll click on B2, means on top of search data. We'll insert our formula plus or equal to countif, bracket open, range. I'll go to my data sheet and we'll select the whole column of category, comma. Now we have to provide criteria. I'll be going to search data sheet and we'll click on category which is visible over here. In the formula, we can see a range because I have merged my cells over here. We'll click at the end of the formula and we'll delete the last cell reference. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. And we can see 328. So how this formula is going to work? Whatever category will be mentioned over here, our formula will be showing that in the whole data, how many times specific category got repeated. Let's hit enter. So in the whole data, office supplies are repeated for 328 times. Or just say data of office supplies are 328 times. We'll click on search data shape. We'll resize this little bit more. We'll click just under serial number. We'll insert my formula. In this format, we are not going to insert serial numbers manually. The formulas or functions what I'm using in this format can be used in older versions of Excel also. Let's insert the formula plus or equal to if bracket open row bracket open bracket close comma. Now we have to count how many rows we have got on top. I'm inserting my formula or function in B7. So on top of B7 we have got total 6 rows. So I'll put 6 over here. So I have done row minus 6 is smaller than or equal to. We'll click on top where we can see our number. We'll press F4 or function F4 one time and our cell reference will be logged. Comma. We'll copy the function of row from here, including minus 6. Control C or Command C. We'll come to the end and we'll paste it. Control V or Command V. Comma. Double inverted comma for blank. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. So we got 1. So how this formula is going to work? Row minus 6 will give us 1 and we have inserted the criteria of if. So if this cell reference will be lesser than the number which is on top, we should get row minus 6. Otherwise, cell should be blank. We'll hit enter. What will happen if I delete OFF from here? Still we can see office supplies. I'll double click on office supplies. We'll come in the very beginning of formula. We'll insert the criteria of if, bracket open, we'll click on entry cell is equal to blank. For blank, I'll be inserting double inverted comma twice, comma. If this cell will be blank, in return we want blank. So I'll be inserting double inverted comma twice once again, comma. We'll come to the end, we'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. Now we can't see anything. Let's click over here and let's type state, enter. We got NA error. We'll double click on the formula. We'll come in the very beginning and we'll insert the criteria of if error. If error, bracket open, we'll come to the end, comma, double inverted comma twice for blank. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. Now we can't see anything, means no error over here. We'll click on state, we'll delete this and we'll type FUR, enter. And we got furniture. We'll come to serial number and we'll drag this down as per my requirement. Let's do this till 650. Let's go on top. As per category, our data may increase or decrease. And every time it's not possible to insert borders or to remove borders. So we will insert our borders automatically. We'll select the whole sheet. We'll go to Home tab. We'll come to right hand side, Conditional Formatting. We'll come down and we'll click on New Rule. From here I'll select Classic. In case you are using Windows, you'll not be getting the option of Classic. You will be diverted to next step and that is only format cells that contain. Over here we can see specific text. We'll click on drop down and we'll select no blanks. We'll click on drop down, customize format. On top, we can see 4 things: number, font, border, and fill. We will go in border and we'll select outline. We'll come down and we'll click on OK. OK. Just notice our borders got inserted. If I type something over here, Jan, enter, we can see borders. We'll delete this and we'll insert my formula now. Formula will be plus or equal to VLOOKUP, bracket open, lookup value. In lookup value, I'll be taking serial number as well as furniture. Furniture means category. There will be total 2 lookup values. So let's take our first lookup value as furniture means category. We have to drag our formula. So I'll press F4 or function F4 one time and my cell reference will be logged. And my second lookup value will be my serial number. We'll press F4 or function F4 three times and dollar will be inserted in the very beginning. Comma. Table array. In table array, we need our data. And I have renamed my data sheet as data. So I'll put data. Let's take this down. We can see data over here. We'll click on data, comma, column index number. For column index number, I'll be inserting the function of columns. Columns. We can see 2 things, column and columns. I'll be selecting columns. We'll click on very top, means I have clicked on B1. And we'll select next cell also. So I have selected B1 and C1. We'll click in front of B1 and we'll press F4 or function F4 one time. And B1 will be fully logged. We'll come to the end. We'll close the bracket. So I have closed the bracket of columns, comma. Now we have to provide true or false for our VLOOKUP. I'll be selecting false. Instead of false, you can insert 0 also. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. And we got some random figure. We'll select the whole column and we'll press Ctrl 1. We'll go to date. We'll select a desired date format and we'll do OK. We'll align all the things in left. I always prefer to insert the criteria of if error whenever I am using VLOOKUP. So I'll double click on my formula. We'll come in the very beginning. We'll insert the criteria of if error. If error, bracket open. We'll come to the end, comma, double inverted comma twice for blank. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. So we got our order date. Let's drag this to right. Let's come to right hand side. In sales, quantity and profit, we can see date format. We'll select from top and we'll press Ctrl 1. We'll go to number, decimal places, 0. We'll come down and we'll click on OK. We'll align all the figures in center. Now I'll come to order date. We'll select till end and we'll drag this as per our requirement. So I have dragged my serial numbers till 650, means row number 650. So I'll keep this till 650. Perfect. Whenever our data will increase, all the things will be captured automatically. We'll go on top. We'll come to left hand side. We'll click on top of search data where we can see the figures. We'll change the cell color and font color. Now we can't see the figures over here. We'll go to View tab and we'll remove the grid lines. Now I'll adjust my column sizes. And our format is ready now. I'll provide the link of file in description box. In case you want to download, you can. But to download the editable file, you'll have to drop a comment.